This is a VR Clubby, one of 1,117 made. They really do not make that many, and even less in red and even less in manual. Not only is it rare and not only is it in fantastic condition, but it is one of the best original club sports that there has to be, period. I mean, there is very few out there. I pretty much guarantee it that would be better than this one. First of all, I don't know if I've ever seen a VR with as low kilometers as this one, which we'll get to in a second. But this car almost doesn't belong on the road. It really belongs in a museum. This thing is phenomenal. And to think that this car is pushing 30 years old is absolutely crazy. So if you're outside of Australia and you're not familiar with HSV, HSV is the performance division of the Holden Commodore. So this is a VR Commodore that was taken by the HSV division, and it got its own unique body kit and a fantastic interior. I mean, the difference between this and a normal VR Commodore is insane. All of these came with a 5-litre V8. If you are from Australia though, you might notice that we used to see these all the time, at least I did. And looking back on it, when I was doing the little bit of research for this video, I didn't realise how few they made. Only 1,100 of the VRs. There were a few more of the VSs, but yeah, they really did not make that many. And for this one to be in this condition, in red, in manual, with the Devonish interior, which is we'll get to in a second, it's wild. One of the most iconic pieces of styling for the clubbies, for the VR VSs, but specifically for this one because of the colour, is this. I love this writing on the back, and I know it's something small. The series before this, the VN and VP Clubsports, they really didn't make that many. This Clubsport really signifies that this is not just any car. It's not an SS, it's a clubby. It really sets it apart, and I love it. I really do love it. And HSV carried this Clubsport nameplate all the way to 2017. Let's talk about the real thing with this car. The insane kilometers. This car, as of recording this, only has 10,365. That's it. This is as close to a new car as you're going to get. This thing is, it's unbelievable. And because of those kilometers, I have to show you around this thing, because especially the interior, but it's wild. I have spent a lot of my youth, and even then some, in VR VS Commodores, but they have never ever looked like this, I can promise you that. The softness of the door rubbers, the condition of the exterior trims, that kind of thing. So let's have a look around. Right, so it might not look too much if you're not familiar with these cars, but this whole corner here is a perfect depiction of how good this car is. Can't show you this on camera, but this is soft as anything. It feels like rubber, and I can promise you 99% of VR VSs, this is hard and brittle. It certainly is with my old Ute. And this trim here, this always fades and goes funny. I've only ever seen one other VR ever in my entire life that is as good as this, and that was that VR Calais that I had a few months ago. Just all of the rubbers are completely soft, but it doesn't end there. If we open the door here, not only does it open like a brand new car, and as you would expect, the jambs are absolutely flawless, but everything is brand new in here. I mean, look at this. Look at the color still on this. They never ever look like that. And it's not just on this, it's on the check strap, it's on everything. I mean, it's absolutely mental. It is so strange. This car is older than me, and a lot of people my age and similar that are into these cars have never in their entire lives seen them like this. I mean, this car stands out like nothing else, truly. It is absolutely phenomenal. And that's not all. Wait till you see this. I can promise you that 99% of VR VSs do not close like that. Have a look at this boot though. Nothing has ever been in here. It's just phenomenal to see a VR like this. And look, I probably should be giving you more facts and figures and dimensions and stuff, but it's hard because I'm so happy to be a part of this. And I mean, this is phenomenal. I mean, look how soft and squishy all these rubbers are. They're never like that. They're never ever like that. I know it might seem silly, boot carpet like this, and why I'm so excited about it, but this is phenomenal. Another thing that I also wanted to talk about is this color. VR VSs in red never normally look like this. Obviously this is the exception because it has been maintained so well, but they always go that reddy pink, and so that's why this car actually looks different. It almost looks like it's been repainted, but no, it is original. It is exactly how it rolled out of the factory. So now, as you would expect, the interior on this car is absolutely phenomenal. It smells new. It smells like cloth and glue and leather. And of course, everything in here is absolutely spotless. And that is not an exaggeration. There is nothing in here that, yeah, the kilometers are without question genuine. But there were two big highlights for me in this interior. And by far and away, number one is this steering wheel. It is like nothing I have ever experienced on a VR VS before. It is tight as a drum. There is literally zero wear on it, and it is leather with a big HSV logo in the center. Not only does it feel premium, but you can smell this. I know that sounds crazy, but all the normal VR VSs are sort of, this plasticky kind of material. It is absolutely phenomenal. And not only that, but the SV Momo gear knob, it's just a symphony of rare VR VS parts in here, and it is just, it's so damn cool. And let's not forget about the seats, these Devonish seats, with this purple stripe through them. I mean, they're so cool. How often do you see seats like that? And they really hug you. It absolutely transforms the car. It really feels genuinely special. This car is absolutely, in this condition, one of a kind. And it is an absolute privilege to be able to sit in it. Just unbelievably cool car, and I just can't believe what's even happening. It's important to remember the age of this car as well. It's just, before, there's probably a bit too much emotion in this video, but I'm like a little kid sitting in this car. This is a dream car. I'm not worried about Ferraris and Lambos. This is the car that I need, frankly. But let's have a look in the engine bay. So what does a 5 litre with 10,000 Ks look like? Well, I'll show you. There she is, boys. There is the Holden 5 litre that has done 10,000 kilometres. That's all. Absolutely amazing. It's bizarre. I mean, everything is in such original condition. It's even got its factory zip ties. It's got everything as it should be. It's just so cool. I really do love this HSV intake and the airbox as well. It's so cool. Almost forgot to mention that this is build number 256, again, of only 1,117. So it is obviously one of the earlier ones, and it's just, again, it's so cool that it has not only survived, but this car has thrived. Like I said earlier in the video, it is crazy, the condition of this car, but to go along with the condition of the steering wheel, the body, paint panel, all the interior, is its driving experience, because I have driven so many VR VSs, and especially manual ones with the T5 like this one has, and even some of my own cars. Well, one of my own cars has this exact gearbox, but this one feels ridiculous. I have never experienced one like this. The best thing about this car though, or any of the Holden 5 litres, is the noise. And even with the standard exhaust, you really do hear that. I do love, God, even putting the handbrake down is so cool. Oh, that was close. I'll leave that in the video. So almost stalled there. Again, this car, it's hard to explain to you guys over camera, but it just feels so crisp and clean. Everything that you touch is in such good condition, and it's bizarre. It really is like nothing. I mean, even the indicator is all indicator stalk is all clicky. It's just the combination of all of those things it's wild. It really is. If you guys don't know, my daily driver is a VS with 500,000 Ks on it. So it is not like this car at all. A lot of blokes in my generation, and especially people that are buying their VR VSs now, they might think, oh, these cars don't drive so nice and stuff, and that might be true of those cars, and that's probably because they've had 30 years of neglect. But this car drives so nice. It's so smooth and effortless. It's really similar to, and I know it's going to sound ridiculous, but it's really similar to a new car. It doesn't feel like it's got any age on it. Again, from everything from the box to it's just it's so cool. In the video, it does have a hint of sadness, because this is what Holden was capable of really not that long ago. You know, these motors are fantastic. Even with 300,000 Ks, this car would still be running and driving great, as long as it's been looked after. But it's so tight, it's so quiet in here as well. Like, there is no road noise, and yeah, just a real timepiece. And I'm just so lucky to not only sit in this and show it off to you guys, but actually drive it. Hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. I know that I probably could have, looking back on it, maybe given you some more facts and figures, but that's not what you want when you're driving a car like this. I don't want to be driving around in facts and figures. I want to be driving around in emotion. And that's what this car gives me. It is so cool. Even if it had 10 times the kilometers, it would still be absolutely fantastic. But this is a museum piece. It is, again, the only modification this car has had, the only one, is tires. That's it. This car is as good as a brand new car, meticulously maintained. I mean, a car doesn't look like this unless it's been looked after. It is not easy to keep a car like this. You can't just park it up and let it sit. It doesn't work like that. You do have to actually maintain it. Just an absolute credit to the owner, and it's just a phenomenal example of a really increasingly rare collector's item, a rare car. You know, I posted photos of this on Instagram just a few minutes ago, and it is already going crazy. I really appreciate you guys for watching, and if you have a car that you think would suit the channel, it doesn't have to be a 10,000 kilometer VR Clubsport like this one. It could be whatever. But if you have a car that you think would suit the channel, please get in touch, follow along, subscribe, all that stuff. And I really appreciate you guys for watching, because you make it possible for me to enjoy and share with the Holden community cars like this.